If you live off their compliments, you will quit from their criticism. Today, let's talk about part two of the plight of being in the spotlight, how to handle the heat. Oh, you know what's up? Turn me up. I'm mic'd up. Join me and let's mix it up. What's good people? How you doing? How you living? How's it going? What's happening? I hope that you are doing well. Well, I want to welcome you to another edition of In the Mix. I'm your host with the most, yours truly, Dr. Eddie Connor, and it is an honor that you have joined me today. Help a brother out, hook a brother up, hit that thumbs up button. You know what's up. Yeah, hit that thumbs up button, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Help a brother out, hook a brother up. You know what's up. Hit that thumbs up. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm growing your greatness. Help me grow our channel for change, our channel that creates change, our channel that breaks chains. And today we're going to have a courageous conversation of illumination. But in order to do that, I need you to drop some fire emojis in the chat. Yeah, I switched it up. Yeah, drop some fire emojis in the chat. You want to drop some light bulb emojis in the chat as well? Go ahead, do that. That's true. That's cool. Let's fire it up. I'm fired up. I'm ready to go. I'm getting ready to bring some heat. We're going to bring the heat. Yeah. Drop some fire emojis in the chat as a matter of fact. Going to have a fire conversation. And we're going to spotlight and highlight today's topic. It's a continuation of last time's topic, which was the plight of being in the spotlight. And we're doing part two of that. The plight of being in the spotlight. How to handle the heat. Ain't interesting? Folk want to be in the kitchen. Leadership is a kitchen for sure. You got to add a lot of different ingredients to it. Folks want to be in the kitchen, but they can't handle the heat. Yeah. But here's the thing. If they can't handle the heat, you need to stay out the kitchen. You need to stay out the kitchen. Why are you tripping? Stay out the kitchen. If you remember the conversation last time, I was talking about the fact of what Malcolm X said. If you have no critics, you'll likely have no success. If you have no critics, you'll likely have no success. If you can't handle criticism, you're surely not ready for success. You're not ready to deal with the sacrifice that comes from success. Success has a sacrifice. Success has something you got to pay for that. Got to put a down payment on it. Handling the spotlight comes with a plight. If you want the light, you got to be able to handle the heat. Come on now. If you got thin skin, this ain't the game for you. If you got thin skin, this ain't for you. If you always crying and whining, I'm sorry. I'm just keeping 100 with you. You don't want these problems. Yeah. You can't handle it. No, you can't. Just sit on the sideline. Just spectate. Most people who think it looks easy from the outside in cannot handle it from the inside out. And that's without a doubt. Psychologists have classified it as a spotlight syndrome, to where people who are in leadership positions, sometimes they're struggling with anxiety. The criticism cripples them. And here's what scripture says: be anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication, let your requests be made known unto God. I know they're praying on you, but are you going to pray for them too? Are you going to pray yourself through what it is that you're going through? Why? Because scripture says, listen, you have to pray for your enemies. Bless them that curse you. Be good to them that hate you. Pray for them that despitefully use you and persecute you. You have to do those things. You can't allow the intense criticism to intimidate you out of what it is that you intend to do. Let me say that again. You can't allow intense criticism to intimidate you out of what it is that you have an intention to do, or what God has intended for you to do. Can't do it. Don't let them gaslight you out of it. You got to use it all as motivation. Got to use it as motivation. I remember watching Michael Jordan as a kid growing up, and how he would oftentimes use the negative steam to power his dream. There was one coach, particularly Jeff Van Gundy, who said Michael was nothing but a scandalous swindler. He would befriend his opponents off the court, and then when it was on time to turn it up on the court, he would just totally destroy them. And Michael took umbrage to that. He took umbrage to that. He said, "Oh, really? If that's what I do, I can show you better than I can tell you." And so he played against the New York Knicks. I believe he dropped maybe 45 on their head. And more than anything, there was a game within a game. It wasn't so much that he was playing against the New York Knicks. He was playing against Jeff Van Gundy. Even though Jeff Van Gundy couldn't suit up that night, even though Jeff Van Gundy was not an NBA player, he was the coach of the Knicks at that time. But Michael said, all right, listen, that's just going to give me more motivation to go out there and prove that I'm the best and to silence the critics. And he dropped a W on their head. And he let them know, hey, I'm not the guy to talk about. But here's the thing. So many people would have cowered under the pressure. It wouldn't be able to handle the heat. You said pressure makes diamonds. Why are you acting like cubic zirconium? You said pressure makes diamonds, but you want to act like cubic zirconia. The reason they can't keep their mouth off of you is because they can't keep their eyes off of you. And you have to take that. You have to use that. You have to develop that. You have to hone that. You have to catch the stones that people throw at you and build something great. I didn't say stone them back now. I didn't say play catch. You just, oh, really? No, I didn't say that. Don't do that. Catch the stones that folks throw at you and build something great. Oh, I'm a new school Nehemiah. I'm building something and I can't come down. Why should the wall have to suffer? Why should the wall have to suffer because of y'all? I'm not coming down to address you. You better come up here to my level. And when you come up to here to my level, bring something with you. Bring something to build. Don't bring anything to destroy. I told you number one. Last time I said number one. Don't live for applause. For those of you who missed it, number one, don't live for applause. The plight of being in the spotlight. You got to learn how to handle the heat. This is part 2 of it. You can't live for applause. If you live for applause, you'll quit when folks don't clap. If you live off their compliments, you'll quit. You'll go comatose because of their criticism. Everybody's not going to clap for you, and that's okay. Some folks are going to clap when you struggle, and that's okay too. It's okay. Hear me? They'll make a God out of you 1 minute. They'll make a devil out of you the next minute. They'll put a crown on your head 1 minute, then they'll call for your head the next minute. They'll say you're the best thing since sliced bread 1 minute, then they'll try to slice you like the bread in the package. Lord have mercy. Yeah. They'll shout Hosanna 1 minute, crucify him the next minute. Don't just give me Barabbas, give me Judas. These are the breaks. This is what comes with it. Be careful about getting high off the supply of applause. You have to be even keel. They're not clapping for me. It doesn't move me. They're clapping for me. It doesn't move me. Because when you understand the human psychology of people, when you understand that people vacillate, they are as fickle as Michigan weather. They're hot one day, not cold tomorrow, the same day. They'll try to speak to you in tongues and then cuss you out in English. Don't go emotional with the emotions. It's okay to feel your emotions, but don't be filled by your emotions. Don't live for it. I know, got to know how to be a base and got to know how to abound. Got to have emotional regulation, emotional intelligence. You got to be cool as the other side of the pillow. That's one thing I love about what I've learned how to be. And that is cool, calm, collected. And when you're cool, calm, and collected, you'll always remain connected. There was a preacher who had an opportunity to write for the Washington Post, and he stopped writing for them simply because he was so hurt by the comments that were in his Washington Post section. He would submit articles, and every time he'd submit articles, he would just feel so hurt by those who would always write negative comments on his Washington Post article. And he stopped submitting articles, and one of the Washington Post directors called him up and said, "You haven't been submitting articles. What's going on? Because you're writing for the Washington Post." I'm not talking about an Instagram post. I'm not talking about a Facebook post where you're going to get all types of fly-by-nights and people writing all type of stuff. I'm not talking about a Twitter post. I'm not talking about the video that you post on YouTube. This is what you're watching. I'm not talking about that. We're talking about the Washington Post family. Very prodigious type of news organization. And he stopped submitting articles. He said, "Well, people kept talking bad about my comments. People kept writing negative comments underneath my articles." And the person said, "I'm so sorry to hear that. But those people who are commenting are not our subscribers. These are not the as if to say, these are not the individuals who pay for the articles that you write. These are not the individuals that pay to read the articles that you write." And as a result, they lost out on the opportunity because they were so focused by what people were saying. The plight of being in the spotlight comes sometimes with a lot of cold animosity, with a lot of flagrant heat. You got to be built. You got to be able to handle so that you don't mishandle opportunities. And you quit because they didn't clap. You quit because they didn't compliment. You allowed an opportunity to die because you lived for applause. I'm talking better than y'all talking back to me. Family, just type handle the heat, handle the heat, handle the heat, or the heat's going to handle you and it's going to scorch you. It's going to burn you. Handle the heat. I know you're like the 3 Hebrew boys. You're in the fiery furnace. But you got to hear me. The people who threw you in the furnace can't even handle the heat that they threw you into, and they died after they heated up 7 times hotter. But you can handle the heat. Why? Because even though they put in 3, there's a 4th one. I feel like preaching up in here, up in here. And the 4th one looks like the Son of God. Here's what I understand. God is appearing in your situation. He's taking the heat out of the flame. You may be in the heat, but here's what I understand. God is going to send, God in the midst of the heat, He's going to send a wave that feels like air conditioning. Only God can take the heat out of the flame and make it feel like air conditioning in a furnace. Only God can do it. Only He can make sure that not even a hair of your hair is singed. A hair on your head is singed. Clothes ain't gonna burn. You ain't gonna come out smelling like smoke. You're gonna come out smelling like perfume. Gonna come out smelling like cologne. You're gonna come out smelling like Theory Mugler. Gonna come out smelling like Gucci guilty and you're innocent. Need you to hear me. Told you that was number 1. Secondly, I told you close the vent. Family, just come on. I need you to hear me. I need you to hear me. Family, I need you to hear me. Be careful. Be mindful about who you share your information with. Some people only get close to you so they can siphon information out of you. This is what they will do. I need you to hear me. They will share that information like it's a key to your house and give everybody access. Oh, yes, they will. You know they will. I don't know who I'm talking to. I hope it's you. I know it's you. You know they will. You know folks can't keep a secret. They will share it. They will tell it. Their loyalty is only based upon your likability. They will share the information like it's a key to your house. They will go get keys made, and they're going to give everybody access to it. Family, I need you to type it. Zip your lip. Type it. Type it. Type that. Type that so you can see that. Type it. Zip your lip. That's what I want you to do. Zip it. Don't trip. Zip. Don't trip over it. Zip it. They will cry and lie. Zip it. You better hear me on it. Don't vent down. Don't even vent across. Vent up. Lift your head. Look to the hills from where your help comes. Isn't that interesting? Look to the hills from where your help comes. So my help ain't coming from anything below the hills. Come on. My help ain't coming from nothing below the hills. I'm looking to the hills where my help comes. Because it comes from the Lord. Let the Lord know about it. So you don't quit if they don't clap. You don't live off their compliments. And you close the vent. This is the vent right here. Close it. Because everybody's become, as I told you in part 1, everybody becomes generally a ventriloquist. And they always want to share what it is that you said. I got to take a quick break. I'm coming back with part 3 and 4, with number 3 and 4, as we're talking about part 2 of the plight of being in the spotlight. I want you to stick and stay. More is coming your way. After these messages, I'll be right back. You know, I realize the extent of your development is connected to the extent of your investment. What I mean, invest little, develop little. But we're investing much into you as you invest in yourself by developing your purpose, developing your goals and your dreams and your ideals and your ideas, shifting you from ideas to income. Where does this all happen at? I'm so glad you asked. It takes place in our Eagles Academy. All you have to do is go right now to theeaglesacademy.com, tap the join now button, fill out the form, be transformed to shift your ideas into income, your contacts into contracts, really to grow your ideas, your impact, and your influence. You owe it to you to invest in you. And as a result of it, now you are able to be coached and mentored and be a part of our live trainings with yours truly, with me, along with a host of other leaders and trendsetters and trailblazers and accountability partners. No one grows in a silo. The power of mentorship, it takes what I've learned in years and months and I give it to you in minutes. What I've learned in decades and I can give it to you in days. To be a part of our private Facebook group, to get guided feedback through our Eagle's Nest reflections, to get access to all of the content, all the live sessions and the trainings of business development, of financial stewardship, of the impact and empowerment that only takes place when you go right now to theeaglesacademy.com. Again, when you get there, tap the join now button, fill out the form, be transformed. But it doesn't just stop there. You want to develop your book? Then guess what? You are an aspiring author. You need to get my bestseller book blueprint. It's available right now, accessidentity.org/author. All of the insight of what it is that I have used to write 18 books and be a best-selling author. You owe it to you to get your hands on that. You also owe it to you to get my Successful Speaker Strategies download. I'm telling you, whatever you're building, you can build it better if you use better words. Let me show you how to develop your communication. There's an art to communication. Let me show you how to develop that. Go right now as well to accessidentity.org/speaker. And then I am blessed to pastor the Remnant Worshipers Church. I want you to be a part of the church that I am pastoring at right now. It's such a great thing of what it is that God has fashioned us to do. And it's taking place right here in the city of Detroit, 10 a.m. every Sunday. 6 p.m. we have prayer on Tuesdays. And then 7 p.m. on those same Tuesdays, we have TNT Tuesdays. Truth and Transformation. It's amazing. You want to be a part of it. Go right now, trwchurch.org. And then I want to see your face in the place this Sunday at 20470 Hubble Street. I'm doing my best to save you a seat. Powerful prayer, praise, and a preach word. Can't wait to see your face in the place at the Remnant Worshipers Church. Yes, y'all, and we don't stop. Family, I need you to heed to these resources that you've heard. Let's get back to the word. We're talking about part 2 of the Plight of Being in the Spotlight, how to handle the heat. Told you, number 1, don't live for applause. Number 2, close the vent. Number 3, surround yourself with mentors. Surround yourself with mentors. We jumping into it. Let's go. If you just joined us right now, we're talking about part 2, the Plight of Being in the Spotlight, how to handle the heat. Surround yourself with mentors. That's number 3. Family, type that. Surround yourself with mentors. If you haven't written number 1, write that. Don't live for applause. Number 2, close the vent. I told you, zip your lip. Yeah. Zip it. Thirdly, surround yourself with mentors. Write that down. Surround yourself with mentors. In the multitude of counselors, there is safety. Safety, safety, safety. That's one of the key words right there. Because here's what I understand. Everybody is not a counselor. A lot of people are conspirators. In the multitude of conspirators, there's animosity. In the multitude of counselors, there is safety. In the multitude of conspirators, there is a level of destruction, suffering, struggle, sadness. But in the multitude of counselors, there's safety. You got to surround yourself with mentors, because a lot of people who portray themselves to be mentors, I need you to hear me, are really disguised as tormentors. Let me tell you, they're not mentors, they're tormentors. How do I know the difference? You shall know a tree by the fruit that it bears. The problem is that you're looking at trees, thinking that seeing leaves and thinking leaves are fruit. Hear me. You'll know a tree by the fruit that it bears, not by the leaves. The leaves are an indication for you to leave it alone. Well, they had the appearance. That's the problem. Where's the fruit? What have they produced? Are they giving you constructive criticism? You can't give me constructive criticism if you haven't constructed anything. How do they handle the heat? Or do they live a life of defeat? Surround yourself with mentors, not tormentors. And a lot of times you really don't have mentors. We have thousands of instructors, but not many fathers. Mentors don't mind you doing better than them, because here's the thing. Because you've gotten the wisdom and the knowledge from a mentor, you ought to do better than them. Because here's the thing. My success is predicated on a successor. Who is it that I can rear up? Who is it that I can develop that's going to come after me to take the baton and go further, farther, and faster than I did? Why? Because here's the thing. I didn't have me growing up at this age. I didn't have a me at this age growing up when I was younger. So here's the thing. A mentee now has the advantage of me. I want to talk to somebody. I want to talk to somebody. Come on now. A mentee now has the advantage of me because I'm a mentor to them. I didn't have a me growing up. You know, people say, I need me a me. You're able to produce, replicate, and maximize you and somebody else when you pass the baton. Surround yourself with mentors. Mentors are not intimidated. Why? Because whoever you intimidate will be who you eliminate. Mentors want to see you grow. Mentors want to see you develop. Mentors want to see you be better than them. That's what a parent does. Come on, a parent. Every parent should want to see their child do better than them. And because of it, a real parent is transparent. I'm going to show you. I'm going to tell you. Not just my highs, but also my lows. Not just my strengths, but also my struggles. Because I don't want you to have to repeat what it is that I'm trying to repair. I don't want you to repeat what it is that I'm trying to repair. Is this landing with anybody? Is this connected to anybody? Last but not least, focus on your focus. I told you number one, family. I told you number one. Don't live for applause. Talking about how to handle the heat. This is for my leaders. This is for my individuals who are out in front. These are for those individuals who even aspire to be out front. You want the light, but hear me, it's going to come with some heat. You want the compliments, but are you willing to handle the criticism? Because oftentimes the criticism is going to come more than the compliments, if any compliments come at all. And that's why David said, I will encourage myself in the Lord. Because the folks want to stone me. Ziklag has been burnt down. People are calling for your head. But are you willing to move ahead? Ooh. The plight of being in the spotlight. How to handle the heat. Don't live for applause, number one. Secondly, close the vent. Close the vent. Close it. Close it. You're talking too much. Close the vent. You're complaining too much. Close the vent. Complaining is praising down. Complaining is praising the enemy. You're not a worrier, you're a worshiper. You're not a worrier, you're a warrior. You're not a complainer, you're a praiser. While I'm praising, God is fighting. Thirdly, surround yourself with mentors, not tormentors. I know the difference between a mentor and a tormentor versus what it is that they say to me and versus what it is that I see with fruit. What is their success report card like? Who have they produced? Who have they shown how to soar and fly? Who have they taught? Or are they trying to hold you back? Are they trying to hold people back? Are they trying to sit on you after you've hatched? Breaking, cutting, and clipping your wings when you were created to conquer the skies. Last but not least, focus on your focus. Focus on your focus. Keep your eyes off of them and put them on him. There's a work for you to do. I want to talk to you. I want you to hear me. I told you last time, I said, listen, Judas is very important. No matter how much you don't like Judas, no matter how much Judas doesn't like you, Judas puts you into your purpose. Judas puts you in proximity. Yeah, I know there's a crucifixion between Judas and your resurrection. I understand that. But you can't get to the resurrection without the crucifixion. You can't get to the crucifixion without Judas. Judas shifts you into your purpose. Judas shows you how strong it is that you are. How strong it is based upon the strength that God placed within you. Greater is he that's within me than he that's in the world. Focus on your focus. I have a job to get done. I refuse to allow negativity. I refuse to allow my own thoughts, stinking thinking that keeps me sulking and singing. I refuse to allow scarcity mindset. I refuse to allow the opinions of other people to become my prison. I've got a job to do. And if I got to go alone, that's what I got to do. I like that. That was a little bar right there. I got a job to do. And if I got to go alone, that's what I got to do. But God will always send the right type of people to you who will help to build you. Focus on your focus. Stop making other people your focus and make the purpose your focus. Because here's the thing. A lot of times we are stopping what it is that we are doing because of a few individuals who want to keep up mess, who want to try to bully you out of your purpose. Don't allow it to happen. Don't allow a few to stop what it is that you do. But focus on your focus. Surround yourself with the right type of individuals. Surround your mind. Build your spirit up. Build your mind up. Build your faith up. Get back into your prayer closet. Get back into your word. Be so built up that here it is. You don't even see the opposition. I'm giving you the hand because the faith don't understand. You've ignored people so well that they begin to doubt their own existence. I'm ignoring the negativity. Why? Because the prefix of ignorance is ignore. That's how it's pronounced, at least. The prefix of ignorance is pronounced ignore. Ignore the ignorance. Ignore the noise. Come on. When it's 20,000 fans screaming, when Steph Curry's at the free throw line and he's playing an away game, he's not even in San Francisco. He's not even playing for the home team right now. He's not playing in his home arena. At the Chase Center, if I'm not mistaken, that's the name of the arena. Here's what he's got to do. He's got to chase all the thoughts about all the screaming fans on the road when he's playing in Detroit, when he's playing in Chicago, when he's playing in LA, and he's at the free throw line, and it's 2 seconds left. Right? And the score is tied. And if he hits the shot, the likelihood of the win is in his hands. You got all them fans. You gonna miss. You gonna miss. Oh, you're not that good. Boo, boo. You got to lock in. You got to mute the noise around you so you can hear the voice within you, and so that you can focus on that goal in front of you. I'm pressing toward the mark for the prize of the high calling of God in Christ Jesus. Time for you to shoot for it. Block all the noise out. Focus on your focus. Surround yourself with mentors. Close the vent. Yeah. Close it, close it, close it. So your mind can be open to the opportunities. And don't live for the applause. Kobe Bryant would say, the late great Kobe Bryant would say, you have to love the hate. Because really the haters love you. It's just twisted aberration towards you. You got to love the hate. You got to use it. And not allow it to use you. But tap into the greatness that you have internally too. And I want to tell you, you have more people than you think who are for you than those who are against you. And when it feels like you don't have anybody who's for you, I need you to hear me, that if God be for me, I feel like dancing now. I feel like shouting in here. If God be for you, who can be against you? And what I love about it is that when God is for you, the who that's against you doesn't even matter, because you've ignored the ignorance. I want you to sow into this word that you've heard. Despite the plight of being in the spotlight, I believe that there's a grace. There's an enlightenment that's going to come from being in the spotlight. Paul said, I pray that the eyes of your understanding would be enlightened, that you would know the hope of his calling, the riches of his glory, and the inheritance of the saints. I want you to sow into this word that you've heard even now. It's not as a debt that you owe, it is a seed that you sow. Yes, yes, yes. Somebody was encouraged. You know you needed this. You know you needed part 1 and part 2. And you know if you didn't hear part 1, you're going to go back and watch that. But you know part 2 blessed you. Right here. Up in here, up in here. I want you to sow into this word that you've heard. Yeah, we've been having a super conversation. Drop a super chat. Drop a super sticker. I want you to do that into this super conversation. We have an opportunity for you to give online. Cash App, $Dr. Eddie Ministries, PayPal, Zelle, EddieConnorJr@gmail.com. Cash App, Dr. Eddie Ministries, Dr. Eddie Ministries, PayPal, Zelle, EddieConnorJr@gmail.com. I'm joining my faith with yours that you're going to overcome, that you're going to push through, that you're going to propel, that God is elevating your church, your ministry, your vision, your education, your job, your business, that your fruit's going to remain. As long as you remain faithful, you will be fruitful. And I'm believing it's going to happen for you. Your fruit, your seed, it's going to blossom and bloom into a great harvest. Thank you so much for the online giving. Cash App, $, Dr. Eddie Ministries, PayPal, Zelle, EddieConnorJr@gmail.com. Thank you for the super conversation, super chat, super stickers, super thanks. Super thanks to you for giving via the link being in the chat. The link is in the description of this video. If you're not a member of In the Mix, all you have to do is just tap a link in the description of this video. Link is in the chat. It will be placed there. Tap that link. You'll see 3 options pop up: VIP, Royalty, OQP. My gift to you is to give you access to our members only area, content, behind the scenes, footage, coverage, exclusive access that I don't give and I don't share anywhere else except in our members area. Membership has its privileges. Unlock the unlimited, get an all access pass now. If you're not a member of our Eagles community, soar with us, soar with me, soar with us into greater success and purpose. If you want to increase your ideas, your impact, and your influence, listen, I can help you to do that without you having to lose time with your loved ones and your family. Don't have to do all that. It doesn't have to be mentally exhausting. You don't have to, feel as if, I'm just at the end of my rope. No. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars. Even if you don't know where to begin with your vision, even if your work schedule is intense, let me empower you. All you have to do is just go to theeaglesacademy.com to join. Yeah, you're really serious about your growth and increasing your ideas, your impact, and your influence, go right now to theeaglesacademy.com. Soar with us into greater success and purpose. It's going to be an amazing level of strength and empowerment for you. Get all of the content, coaching, teaching, training, empowerment, especially in our live sessions. Join my virtual village right now, theeaglesacademy.com, theeaglesacademy.com. When you get there, tap the join now button, fill out the form, and I guarantee you will be transformed. Family, were you transformed by this word? Were you empowered by this word? Drop some fire emojis in the chat. That's letting me know that you can handle the heat. That's letting me know, yeah, that God is fanning the flame. And here it is. It's just like fire shut up in your bones. I can handle the heat because I got a fire inside of me. Oh, I got a fire inside of me that no enemy can put out. I'm fireproof. I'm fireproof. Check out that message that I preached at our church as I serve as the pastor of the Remnant Worshipers Ministry here in the city of Detroit. I'll tell you a little bit more about that shortly. But I do know that In the Mix is out of time. But trust me, I'm not out of truth. So I want to thank you for rocking with me. I want to thank you for riding with me. I want to thank you for rolling with me. Why? Because that's just how we roll. And we roll together each and every single weekday, Monday through Friday, for In the Mix. Let's keep on marching on till victory is won. Yeah, let's keep on doing that. Hit the thumbs up button. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. I'm growing your greatness. Help me to grow our channel for change. Our channel that creates change. Our channel that creates change. Help a brother out. Hook a brother up. You know what's up. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit that like button. And share this with somebody as well. Sincere salute and shout out to all of our viewers who are watching us on our sister satellite stations on social media. I just got a question for you. Are you my friend? Are we locked in? Well, then step this way, step that way. Which way? By friending me, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok. We don't stop at EddieConnorJr. Family, put some respect on my name. Come on, put some respect on my name. Yeah, EddieConnorJr. Y'all keep showing love. I'm keep showing up. And I want you to show up as I'm personally inviting you to join me at my service. Yeah, service for our church. I serve as the pastor of the Remnant Worshipers Ministry in the city of Detroit. What an amazing church. What an amazing ministry that I want you to be a part of, that I want you to come and visit. Church Alive is worth the flight of the drive. And when you arrive, we're going to empower you to thrive. And we're going to empower you to be revived at the Remnant. Run to the Remnant. Run to the Remnant. You say, well, where? What's the address? I'm so glad that you asked. 20470 Hubble Street in the city of Detroit is where we're saving you a seat. 20470 Hubble Street. Bring somebody, invite somebody this Sunday, 10 o'clock a.m. 10 o'clock a.m. I want to see your face in the place. You owe it to you to get this word and worship experience, powerful prayer, praise, and a preach word. I got a ready word for you this coming Sunday. trwchurch.org is where you can check out more about our church, trwchurch.org. You can also log online to get any of my books. I got 18 books out there on Amazon as ebooks, audiobooks, hard copies, whatever's clever. You can even get signed copies at my website, EddieConnor.com. And on that site, I got a plethora of resources that I know are going to help you. I don't just have books available. I'm showing you how to write your book as well. Yeah. Get my bestseller book blueprint. Download that. And it's going to give you a whole point A to point Z of how to take your manuscript to the marketplace, become an authority as an author, increase your book sales. Even for those of you who already have books out, go get that right now. I'm giving you every single strategy that I use and the methods of how I take my books to the marketplace and how they become bestsellers. Also get my Successful Speaker Strategies digital video training guide. I'm literally teaching you on these videos how to wow your audience, how to be invited back, how to connect with your audience, how to really tap into the art of communication. Your words create your world. Whatever you're building, you can build it better if you use better words. I'm showing you how to do that. Go get those resources right now. Successful Speaker Strategies, digital video training guide, bestseller book blueprint at EddieConnor.com. EddieConNor.com. If you're looking for a dynamic speaker, speaking of speaking, if you're looking for a dynamic speaker, now why would you look any further? You know that I'm the man for the job. So invite me to speak at your church, your conference, your community center, your school, your graduation, your session, your podcast. Add me to your calendar. Let's make some progression. All you have to do is email me to invite me. Yeah. info@EddieConnor.com. Email me to invite me. info@EddieConnor.com. And it would be an honor for me to empower you. Yours truly, Dr. Eddie, your main man, 100 grand, your brother. And I mean that from another mother. Family has been fun, but really got to run. So I want you to know it's been a privilege and a pleasure, a treat and a treasure, a joy beyond measure. But I want you, yes, you, I'm talking to you now, to remember to keep the faith and believe it's going to be bigger, better, brighter, peace, and a whole lot of love. Keep soaring higher. I realize the extent of your development is connected to the extent of your investment. What I mean, invest little, develop little. But we're investing much into you as you invest in yourself by developing your purpose, developing your goals and your dreams and your ideals and your ideas, shifting you from ideas to income. Where does this all happen at? I'm so glad you asked. It takes place in our Eagles Academy. All you have to do is go right now to theeaglesacademy.com, tap the Join Now button, fill out the form, be transformed to shift your ideas into income, your contacts into contracts, really to grow your ideas, your impact, and your influence. You owe it to you to invest in you. And as a result of it, now you are able to be coached and mentored and be a part of our live trainings with yours truly, with me, along with a host of other leaders and trendsetters and trailblazers and accountability partners. No one grows in a silo. The power of mentorship, it takes what I've learned in years and months and I give it to you in minutes. What I've learned in decades and I can give it to you in days. To be a part of our private Facebook group, to get guided feedback through our Eagle's Nest reflections, to get access to all of the content, all the live sessions and the trainings of business development, of financial stewardship, of the impact and empowerment that only takes place when you go right now to theeaglesacademy.com. Again, when you get there, tap the Join Now button, fill out the form, be transformed. But it doesn't just stop there. You want to develop your book? Then guess what? You are an aspiring author. You need to get my bestseller book blueprint. It's available right now, accessidentity.org/author. All of the insight of what it is that I have used to write 18 books and be a best-selling author, you owe it to you to get your hands on that. You also owe it to you to get my Successful Speaker Strategies download. I'm telling you, whatever you're building, you can build it better if you use better words. Let me show you how to develop your communication. There's an art to communication. Let me show you how to develop that. Go right now as well to accessidentity.org/speaker. And then I am blessed to pastor the Remnant Worshipers Church. I want you to be a part of the church that I am pastoring at right now. It's such a great thing of what it is that God has fashioned us to do. And it's taking place right here in the city of Detroit, 10 a.m. every Sunday. 6 p.m. we have prayer on Tuesdays. And then 7 p.m. on those same Tuesdays, we have TNT Tuesdays. Truth and Transformation. It's amazing. You want to be a part of it. Go right now, trwchurch.org. And then I want to see your face in the place this Sunday at 20470 Hubble Street. I'm doing my best to save you a seat. Powerful prayer, praise, and a preach word. Can't wait to see your face in the place at the Remnant Worshipers Church.